Everyone, hello, it's Max McAllister from Traxxion Dynamics here this afternoon to let you know about a new product that we're going to be carrying and a new service we're going to offer for owners of Honda Goldwings. There's a company called BT-Moto that does ECU Re-Flashes, and by selling you a handheld unit that allows you to reflash your motorcycle. Now, we'll have these for sale on our website, and if you're a do-it-yourselfer, you can purchase it, and we'll show our how-to videos on particularly on the Goldwing. And then, but if you're coming to our shop, we can sell you the tuner and do the install, and I'll explain that when we get closer to doing it. But I wanted to let you know it was available. And now, the first question for a lot of people is going to be, why would I want to change the way the ECU of the motorcycle? So that's the main computer that controls fuel and ignition mapping on the motorcycle. So basically how your engine responds and performs. So if you're aware, you've got 4 modes on your motorcycle. A rain mode, which is extremely detuned and extremely mild for wet weather riding. An economy mode, which is also extremely conservative to conserve fuel. Tour, which is a standard mode most people will ride the motorcycle in. And then sport for very aggressive throttle response, very aggressive engine power, and very aggressive overall dynamics of the motorcycle. Now, having said that, all of those things on the Goldwing leave a lot of room to be desired for a lot of people. There's a lot of jerky on-off throttle response that people have complained about, particularly with DCTs, coming to grips with trying to be able to handle them at low-speed maneuvers and in parking lots. And then on the opposite situation, a full throttle, opening the throttle full throttle, the motorcycle it's an electronic throttle. Even though you grab it and roll it wide open, the engine is not getting that command. So the engine gets a roll on as if you were to roll it on. It doesn't get the rip open of the throttle even if you've done that. So now, just because you're riding in an economy or a rain mode doesn't mean that you might not be in a situation where you got to get out of the way of something in a hurry. And if you pull the throttle open, it's just going to go and get out of the way barely. So another thing that most people don't like is the 105 mile an hour speed limiter on the motorcycle. And so that's been a pain in the butt for a lot of people. And so this company, BT-Moto, not a fly-by-night operation, not a dude in a garage type operation. This is serious as a heart attack company with a 10,000 square foot facility full of really smart guys that came from all kinds of different engineering backgrounds, but they're also famous in the car world. But they opened a motorcycle division, and now they've got tuners for all kinds of motorcycles. So they took on the Goldwing, and what came of it is they were able to, this isn't going to show you much, but you can go to BT-Moto.com to kind of look at these graphs more closely. But they were able to add a significant amount of horsepower. I want to say in excess of 10 horsepower to the thing, widely broaden the torque curve. One of the things they did was they raised the rev limiter 400 RPM. They found that helped it pull longer, stronger, and harder to a more usable red line. They eliminated the speed limiter. And so with an average weight rider on dead flat ground, you can get the motorcycle above 125 miles an hour now if you'd like. If somebody tells you they're going above 130, they're just plain lying. Nothing that weighs 1,000 pounds and makes 100 horsepower is going to go 150 miles an hour. So take that fish and throw it back in the lake. You didn't catch it. So anyway, but they do have video of an operator getting the motorcycle to slowly creep up to 125 on flat ground, which is pretty cool if you're into that. The tuner will allow you to save the stock tune if you ever need to put it back or want to put it back for any reason. Once the tune is in, it will affect the tour and sport modes only. Will have no effect on econ and rain. So that's kind of something to keep in mind. Um, so there was 10 horsepower increase. Gets rid of a lot of the snappy throttle, the jumpy throttle response, the on-off throttle response, which is a lot of the problem of the rider trying to control a throttle that's not actually responding to where you place your hand. So now they've got throttle set up so that when you open the throttle 100%, it sends a signal to the engine that the throttle is open 100%, let's go. So gives 100% torque in every gear by that one modification to it. And then ignition timing adjustments that also increase the power and the torque for regular gasoline. So you don't have to buy special fuel to use this. Nothing changes. Users have reported increased in fuel economy. No one has reported decreased fuel economy. They don't quantify that and put a number on it because that's literally like arguing about motor oil. You'd have to be an idiot, and it depends on how you're riding your bike, where you're riding your bike. So just know that it's not going to sacrifice any fuel economy, and in fact, you may gain fuel economy. But overall, it makes the bike easier to drive, but with more power, significantly more power all the way through the RPMs. So now, we will sell these units. You have to buy the unit. It's the only way they sell it. Every single person who wants one gets one, so you can't buy one and share it with your buddy. The unit's $800 for the tune. And what it does is it will read the map on your motorcycle, on the ECU on your motorcycle. As long as they have a map for it pre-made, it's just a simple question of downloading the map from their website, loading it onto your motorcycle. If by chance they don't have your map, which is not likely at this point because they have several dozen of them for US-based models. And if you live elsewhere in the world, they have European variants and other nation variants. So we can look at the BT-Moto site to see if what they have available in your country and other places in the world. But if there is, on the off chance they don't have your map, you would have to remove your ECU, send it into them. They send you, or if you're the first person, they send you an overnight label. You overnight your ECU to them. They build the map the next day, send your ECU back to you, and you can just load it back on the bike. And they cover the cost of that. That's kind of the process. If you've ever had your shelter off your bike, I'll let you know in advance. Try and snap a photograph of your ECU. It's right here under the shelter. Has 3 big block connectors going to it. One of them's blue. Take a picture of the part number label, and that will save you one of the steps in this process. So we're going to offer that as a service here. So I'll be stocking the tuners, and then we'll do all the work to upload your bike or upgrade your bike and hand your tuner to you for an hour's labor, so $150. For people that are coming in with suspension, most people come and spend the night. We'll have you come in the day you arrive. We'll read your ECU and get the correct map off of it. We send it off to BT-Moto. They'll have your map waiting here in the morning while we're doing your suspension. We'll upgrade your ECU, and you'll drive off with better suspension and a lot more power. So, new service, $799.95. This will be up on our site tomorrow. I have some on the way inbound, hopefully already. Several of these, and I've had so many people asking me about. Several people asking me about it, and that's how I did my looking into it. Talked to the chief of the motorcycle department out there, and I got on board with them, and I think it's going to be a great upgrade for a lot of people. All right, my name's Max. Please give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget, hopefully you've subscribed to my channel, wherever the button is. I don't know how to do other fancy things like Cruiseman does. Please share this with your friends, particularly if they're looking for a boost in their performance. And I'll be back with more great video content real soon.